This is the Reusable Packaging Association's award recognition presentation of our 2021 Excellence in Reusable Packaging Award. Very pleased to be able to provide this program for the industry as far as taking real world applications and shedding light on how reusable packaging systems achieve environmental and economic performance. We're in our 10th year of celebrating award winners and very excited to be able to do so this year with our winners, Thermo King and their partner, Reusability. And so joining me here today is Bruce Day, representing Thermo King, and Ned Tomosevich, thank you, of Reusability, here to talk about their award-winning application. As part of this award program, what we strive to achieve is understanding about how reusable packaging systems impact both environmental footprints, but also economic opportunities in the marketplace. And so those are two principal criteria associated with the award program. And the application that's submitted by Thermo King and Reusability address how this unique innovative system to be able to carry, transport temperature sensitive equipment to products into market has really changed the way that the Thermo King and the distribution of its products is being able to deliver its goods to its customers. And so starting off, I'd like to congratulate Thermo King and Reusability on their win this year in the Excellence Award and the trophies that we have provided to be able to recognize the awards that you achieved for excellence this year. So thank you very much. Starting off, there's no doubt that the environmental initiatives in place to achieve more sustainable packaging solutions is a large motivator or impetus to be able to move to reusable packaging systems. And Thermo King actually has a real robust sustainability initiative as part of its operations. And Bruce, I thought I'd ask if you can share some comments about Thermo King's approach to sustainability and how that is impacting your operations and your business in the day-to-day movement of your products.
Yeah, first of all, thanks so much, Tim, and thanks, Ned. What an honor, and we really appreciate the award. So we're super excited to be part of this. So thank you all very much. And for us, sustainability. Trane Technologies came out as one of the leaders around sustainability and put out some bold initiatives and commitments for 2030 sustainability program. And of course, each operation is responsible for creating a glide path and doing our part to contribute to that gigaton challenge that we have for 2030. And so for us, with this reusable packaging, this was something that came about really, or in terms of helping us not only with sustainability, which was obviously the biggest and most important factor for us, but it also major contributor for safety, major contributor for quality, not just within our four walls, but also the walls of our customers, right? Because we eliminate the wood. So significant amounts of wood that's been eliminated for usage, and the detrashing that had to take place, the decrating that had to take place at our customer, that time was saved. Just the fact of working with the wood, working with the nail guns, the safety piece for not only Thermo King team members, but also our customers. And then, what we also had the opportunity to do with the design of some steel and plastic crates was work on the protection of our product. So product integrity, the quality that we could deliver to the customer. So it was a great opportunity for us to really, have a significant impact in all the big areas around sustainability, safety, and quality. And so huge opportunity, huge win for us. And, boy, couldn't have come at a better time. Who knew that wood would become a scarce item, right? So, yeah, we're really grateful today that we did it. And, we got not only improvement there, we got improvement in our ergonomic scores as far as how we are able to put the product in the crate now. So our team members got on multiple lines, got those improvements, and we've now maintained or sustained and maintained implementation across 3 major product lines. We're working on the 4th. So we'll be implementing that in Q1 2022. And then another product line right behind that one. And that will have all of our outbound, all of our finished good products ultimately into returnable containers. And now we've kicked off some work with suppliers, right? Trying to do the same kinds of things for inbound goods.
That's fantastic, Bruce. Thank you very much. And when you look at the specific application, you basically have moved from, say, single-use wood structures, create systems in which you're transporting auxiliary power units, refrigeration control units from point of manufacture to your dealers and OEMs for sale into the marketplace. And you've switched from that single use into the steel rack, flexible sleeves, and a reusable pallet program. And that system of reusability is ultimately driving a lot of the benefits that you've described here. And when you look at your products, I think around the world as a global leader in the temperature control systems. Most of us probably on a weekly basis, if not daily, have been at some point a recipient of the Thermo King technologies as far as keeping perishable products, refrigerated products for consumer enjoyment, particularly with food. And so it's really a really high valued but very sensitive product that needs to be protected with these reusable, durable packaging, like the racking system that's been developed. And so going to the reusability piece, as far as sourcing of those reusable packaging products and how reusability participates in the operation, both in the forward supply, but in the reverse recovery of these assets so that Thermo King can continue with them in their operations. Ned, perhaps can you describe a little bit from your company's role in this and perspective about how these products are used in the Thermo King operations?
Certainly. First off, obviously, thank you, Bruce, and the entire Thermo King team for partnering with us and allowing us to be part of this reusable journey that you've been on. And Tim and the RPA, thanks for recognizing us and supporting us as we've gotten better and better at what we do. We've really benefited from the tools and connections that you've made. I would say specifically with the program, in its most simple terms, we design a program based around the customer's needs. So we kind of co-created that based on Thermo King's dealer footprint and the operations they have at their plants. And once we design it, then it's a big coordination task. As Bruce mentioned, it's not always a Thermo King specific dealer, it's their customers. So we have to be really sensitive to working with our customer's customer. So there's a good deal of customer service and management day to day that goes into the recovery of these units to make sure the whole process works smoothly. And then I would say, Thermo King has been a wonderful partner. They've been, very passionate about the project. It's a mission critical product. So they've been really clear about what their needs are and how we fit, which has been really helpful. I think whenever anyone's looking to start a reusable program, sometimes it's challenging to not know something and just go into an open-minded new venture like this. But thankfully, Thermo King was really confident in their direction and clear in what they needed, and that helped provide the structure for a reusable program that's now been going into its 4th year, and I think is picking up steam. And as Bruce mentioned, hopefully we'll be able to bring on more and more product lines to further impact the mission that the reusable and sustainability mission that we've all committed to.
That's fantastic. What's very evident in this discussion is the partnership that's created from the supplier and user with Thermo King, and reusability providing those services. When people ask a lot about how reusable systems can be successful, it really is that open collaboration in both of projections and forecasting of demand planning of products and where they need to be, how inventories are working, then ultimately working with those who are handling receiving these products in order to facilitate their expedited return. And so that partnership becomes very clear when you're looking at the performance of reusable packaging systems. But the other thing that the partnership does, and Bruce, you alluded to this as far as where you've started with this program and perhaps the expansion opportunities into other product lines, because ultimately once you achieve that foundation of reuse and you've got the players involved for that system, scalability becomes an opportunity in which you can leverage that system and you can capitalize on the structures in place in order to extend reuse and further capture benefits of product performance and ultimately the costs associated with the reusable packaging system. So, definitely congratulate that established working partnership that you have, and ultimately where that's leading as far as benefits to reuse. Tell me a little bit about what you've seen though as you've gotten in. And now that the project is up and running and you're able to look at volume considerations, you've got your system in place. What are some of the other benefits that you're seeing that perhaps maybe you weren't aware originally, whether it's labor, worker health and safety, other cost saving opportunities? Did something jump out at you in terms of, wow, okay, we're really seeing some benefit there associated with reusable packaging, where initially we were going to reduce the environmental footprint and we were going to look to save money in the long term? What has come up from more of a day-to-day benefit with this reusable packaging system?
Yeah, so for us here, I mean, partnering with reusability, right? So we started with one of our toughest, I'll say, our most challenging product lines. Not one that went to an OEM, but one that went to dealers and distributors. And so the whole process of how we're going to reclaim those, right? How we're going to get those back, and how we're going to keep those products in good working condition, was all a question mark for us, right? That's certainly not our area of expertise, and so partnering with reusability and their expertise to make that happen. And I think one of the things, again, I mentioned it a little bit. So we knew we were going to get some safety and quality improvements. Obviously, we knew our zero to landfill waste initiatives. We knew we were going to get some improvements there. I think certainly one of the big benefits for us, though, as we move forward into these recent challenging times, I mentioned a little bit about not having to rely on pallet material, right? Something that certainly we didn't see coming in the current environment, right? We didn't see that materials were going to be as scarce as they are. So being able to have these returnable containers at our fingertips and being able to have them in our system, is a significant in today's environment.
That's a good point. We keep seeing increasing costs of materials, sourcing or shortages in raw materials for manufacture, especially if you're counting on it for single-use product availability. Having that inventory in place disconnects the conditions of what's taking place in the world today around resource availability and cost, and actually just allows for that product to be available when you need it to be able to work through your operation. So very timely to have that system in place, I'm sure.
Absolutely, very timely, and from a cost, you're right, from a cost basis, right? Inflation today and those other components, it's significant to have these, on hand and available. So that's it has its challenges today too, right, with the logistics world, but yeah, it's been a big benefit.
Oh, that's terrific. Anything to add on that, Ned, as far as things that you might have seen or as part of the growth of this program of other areas, whether it's consolidation or looking at the inventory movement in a very challenging supply chain today?
Yeah, I would say kind of interestingly, I think when we first started, we had a few product lines that we identified. And because we had not just a technology system, but also, a warehouse and distribution system that was national, once that structure was in place, we were also able to build on some programs that we didn't contemplate in the beginning. So we were able to reuse some existing pallets that we didn't really think about in the beginning. So I think it was interesting to recognize that once you have a fully baked system, opportunities kind of present themselves over time. And so I think that's helpful. And to Bruce's point, I think price shocks are going to happen. And to the extent that you're already in a reusable package and you can manage and control those upfront costs, it kind of makes the long-term price shock environment a little less scary. And I think that's an extra added benefit. So I would say the last one is just knowledge, right? I think we're learning how to do it better and better quarter over quarter. And it's not a one size fits all. I think any reusable program isn't just a flip a switch and turn it on. There's always some things to think about that affect the supply chain, and you're just going to constantly learn and improve.
Well, I like that. And it's a good segue to conclude as far as taking your experience and allowing the Reusable Packaging Association to draw on that for learning, to raise awareness about the findings and the opportunities for other companies to consider that when they get into a reuse program, there's going to be a lot of new discoveries, a lot of new ways to think about that system to be beneficial for the intended use of the packaging. And you're starting to see that, and you've articulated that here today. So it's great to be able to share that experience, to be able to recognize your achievement in reusable packaging with our audience of interested parties in reusable packaging systems. So I want to congratulate you again for participating and for coming out on top with the excellence in reusable packaging. And thanks for the chance for us to showcase what you've been able to achieve with this reusable system.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for letting us be part of this.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you both.
Thank you.